shirtless in the winter, but you have to wear gloves.
Yes.
Otherwise, your fingers become like this. You can't move them, especially if you're outside. And then that is what becomes miserable. Because I finished my run and I was stuck in Central Park. All I have to do is be warm, and then I ran back here and I was so hungry and I had to go somewhere else 30 minutes later. And I was like, I only have one option for warmth and calories as quickly as possible and as enjoyably as possible. So there's a pizza place right there, and I just went, boom, chicken bacon ranch, boom, chicken prosciutto. That's definitely not a thing. And 2 regulars, and it was glorious.
Is that your Coke too?
Yeah.
Is that are those all diet? Some of those are real.
Oh yeah, this one. Well, dude, the best Coke is the
Mexican
Coke.
Yeah.
It like rips, but I can't. I don't want it. I don't want to destroy his, like, you know what I mean.
You
like,
could use a knife, I think.
Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna hurt myself.
It's just so funny.
I'm just gonna not drink it.
I was gonna ask you a question. I watched the vlog, the one you told me to watch. I think
The Dark Place one.
Was it 4?
Probably the Dark Place strategies.
So this isn't what you're gonna expect me to ask you, but at one point you said, you're like, sometimes I go on a run, it just feels so good. It's just, you're like, it feels like I'm fucking nutting, and then you apologize because you were like, sorry for being vulgar, and I just thought, like, that's probably something you would actually say and think, and it's an honest thought, and there's no reason to apologize for it. But it's also, it's what Arnold was saying in the videos back in the day, 100%. And he's like, it feels like I'm coming. Yeah, that's what he literally said. Yeah, he'd be getting a pump, and he's like, it feels like I'm fucking coming. And he wasn't afraid. He wasn't like, sorry for saying that. He doubled, tripled down. He was even making noises. He was like, I feel like I'm literally coming.
I can't apologize.
No, don't apologize. It's just like, that's how you actually feel, and you're literally shirtless with, did you have gloves on?
Yesterday? No.
That day they were shirtless and screaming. You were shirtless, no gloves.
I hid my shirt in the bathroom.
Hid your shirt in a bathroom. Some dude probably fucking jerked off in it. And you're afraid to say that it felt like you were nutting? Who gives a fuck? You were nutting, you know?
That's like the childhood, like, trauma coming out, like, apologizing for shit.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's not. I'm good.
No. I'm saying, I was just quoting you. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, you're
Yeah. Were you apologetic as a kid?
Probably, yeah. Just, like, would get yelled at a lot. So, like, it's in my nature to say I'm sorry to things. It's went to, like, a deep, dark place.
You seem like a polite guy. You seem like a door-holding guy, like
always.
Thank you.
Today, a guy,
yeah,
he, like, kind of fucked up my workout. A guy dropped his glove while running. And I noticed it when he was already all the way gone. And I'm like, did I get in the glove? I'm dying. And I fucking got in the glove.
Dude.
I'm that kind of guy.
This lady, same thing happened to me. I literally had done like an 18-mile run. I stopped at a CVS to get like some fucking juice or something. Yeah. This lady drops her wallet, and like as she's dropping her wallet,
that's a wallet.
Other shit falls out of her fucking pockets. And it's windy. So I'm collecting her wallet, all of her items. As the reason it's falling, she's sprinting across the street to make the bus. She's literally walking onto the bus. I chase the fucking bus a block, because they stop every fucking block. I get on the bus, I hand it to her. She thought I robbed her. She was like, how the fuck do you have this? And I just get off the bus, I'm like, I gotta go fuck home. I was so sore.
That's New York. People will get mad at you for helping.
Yeah. No, she was just confused. She was like an older lady. But
that's fucking hilarious. It's Arnold, something he did, which I need to do more of, is, so I genuinely have the ambition to, like, and I think you have this ambition, be one of the biggest running creators in the world. Because this is all I'm going to keep doing for the next foreseeable future. And Arnold, half of what he did was not just building Arnold. He built, like you said, he built bodybuilding. He made bodybuilding. Part of the reason people go to fucking Equinox and Lifetime and all these gyms around the world and lift 5 days a week, 6 days a week, because of Arnold. He made it a thing. And I think, like, showing running like that, like talking about the coming, like, that's what I'm trying to. If I can take the writing and like blend it with the running, it's gonna be
game over.
Game over, because like no one can describe it like I can, And it's like that is. So I'm thinking about that a lot. Like, so how do you like romanticize running?
Yeah,
it is romantic, and it's like I wish people could experience that because it took me so long. Like today's run was literally feels like unreal. It feels like living in like a piece of art.
Yeah,
it feels like.
No, it really does, but that's a part of...
Especially in New York.
Yes. No, 100%. My favorite Arnold story is, like, he was so hungry. He knew he was unstoppable, and he goes to, like, the biggest fucking movie exec, and it's, like, a giant role, and his manager is like, do not fuck this up, And he walks in the room. This guy's sitting at the desk. The guy's tiny. The guy's, like, 5 foot. He's got this giant desk. Arnold walks in. First thing he says, he's like, why does such a little man need such a big desk? and then the guy's like, get the fuck out. Arnold's literally gone in a minute. And the guy's like talking to his manager. He's like, we're gonna replace him. We're not doing Arnold, any of this shit. And then, long story short, Arnold still gets the part because he just fit the fucking part. I think it was like for Conan the Barbarian or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, he just did not give a fuck. He walks in, instantly insults the head of like this giant corporation. It's that not give a fuck, energy.
Have you read his first book? You should read it.
I gotta read. Yeah.
Arnold, it's like really old. No one knows about it.
Yeah.
Arnold, Education of a Bodybuilder. You
Yeah.
read the first half. It's not about bodybuilding. It's
No, I'll read it.
second half is like bodybuilding.
Yeah.
First half is just him. It's like him 30 years old. Before like his new books are like probably mostly like ghostwritten. This one feels like a young Arnold like writing how to follow obsession.
Yeah.
It's insane. You should read it.
Yeah.
Oh, I recommend it to everybody.
But so the clips like this, because what I want my
They're
shit
good.
to be is like, because I know I can bring out people's like authentic side.
You do it with me for sure.
Yeah. Well, I do it with I could do it with anyone, and like I want it to be like this, where it's like this is a room, this is a real room, like this is fucking Sherman's place, and that's where I'm like trying to show parts of my life that other people might be afraid to. Like I'm straight up doing Uber Eats right now. I just delivered fucking 5 deliveries.
I think it's fucking great you show it.
But I don't want to be afraid, you know what I mean? That's the same thing. That's why I said that part to you of like, you were like, it feels like I'm fucking nutting when I'm running. And it's like, that's how you feel.
Yeah.
Showcase that, You were staying at Sherman's place right now. Like,
True.
there's pizza
Well,
boxes.
I tweeted them. Let me at the office. There's nothing to hide.
But that's
I
real.
A year ago, I put out like my 10-year plan. It was like, which I'm actually like making progress on. That's why I like retweeted it.
You're a big tweeter.
Or on Twitter.
I haven't even looked at your Twitter, but
it's fucked up.
yeah.
Well, it's not. It's just like the most raw version. I mean, it's like and all the Instagram stuff comes from Twitter. It's like basically for the last 4 or 5 years, every time I have a thought, I tweet it, and that's kind of a fucked up way to live.
Isn't it? Yeah.
But it's interesting because you get real time feedback on your thoughts, and you get to refine your thoughts over time. And it's thoughts that's writing. Here's the rough plan. Rough plan. What is it called with the 2 dots?
Colon?
Yeah, no.
Is that a colon?
Colon, fine. Colon.
Is it a colon?
Rough plan. Become one of the biggest creators in the world around obsession. Build a media empire around obsession. 3. Build global brands around obsession. 4. Open Madhouse, Soho House for the obsessed. 5. Open Madland, Disneyland for the obsessed.
Oh shit.
See you in 2033. And I don't know, I retweeted it the other day because I was feeling just like cocky. I'm like, give me 9 more years.
Damn.
That's how I feel though. It's like, I think I could actually do all those in like maybe 3 or 4 years based on like how I'm growing now. I went to like this investor right now. He's like, how do I invest? And I was like, not sure, but I'm sleeping in the office right now. Please help.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
The last thing I'll get on video, it's interesting how there is this new generation that's fully operating on this new tech, and there are individuals like you that every thought gets tweeted, or on the other end of the spectrum, there's girls who like every fucking moment is getting thrown on a story, like their whole life is being lived out in some capacity on the internet. Your thoughts are getting placed on the internet, and they're sifted. Like it's not all of your thoughts, it's just the ones you think might be useful to somebody.
Sure.
But this is the first time that's happening, in history in real time. All the other times you'd have to write something on paper, you'd have to distribute it in some capacity.
Pigeons.
Yeah, pigeons, mostly pigeon now. But sometimes the pigeon fucking gets lost. But these pigeons don't get lost. And they're there forever. Even when you delete a tweet, that shit's still fucking up there. It's interesting.
I mean, hey, this is what I'm like betting my life on.
Yeah.
It's like share your thoughts online forever and you'll live a cool life. That's which is like a weird way to live for someone who doesn't do that. If you're doing that, I mean, I use thoughts like broadly.
Yeah.
Thoughts could be in a video. Thoughts could be in anything. It's a special privilege to have like people around the world know what you care about. But it is also kind of fucked up. But I think once you start living that way, there's just really not any other way to live until one day you just burn it all down. Or not burning it down, but you're just done one day. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even think about that though.
No, it is fascinating. There's people all around the world consuming your stuff, influenced by it. It's fascinating.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. When I started it, it was just like, when people always ask me how I started it, people probably ask you that too. And to me, when I started it, there was just no other option ever. It's like, I'm just going to do this forever. That's still how I feel. There was never ever a part of me that would thought about stopping it.
And when did the obsession term come into play?
I had follow obsession in my bio for like probably 2 years. So it was like kind of there. It was kind of a focus. But then like a year ago, I just like, a year ago, it became very clear that like that was my thing. Like last March, I was on a run. And at the end of the run, for some reason, something hit me. My phone was at 1%. I'm like, let's rip a tweet. Put a black flag in your bio if you're one of the obsessed. That was the tweet. Reply here for proof of obsession. Right? And like 100 people did it on Twitter. Like 1,000 people commented on Instagram. It was kind of hard to verify. But there was something there instantly, and it was completely obvious. It's kind of how I felt with the run cult thing.
Yeah.
It's like, there's something here. It's completely obvious. And like, this is what you should do. And that was built off like feedback from like, I would post about some writing about obsession. It would do really well. People would share it. Like Tom Bilyeu, do you know who that is?
Yeah.
It's like a big
Quest guy. Yeah.
Quest guy. He like once years ago wrote my quote: "Never apologize for being obsessed. Stay up all night, read a workout for 3 hours, read a book the whole day. Positive obsession is a gift, not a curse." That was like 4 years ago. And I was like living with my mom, and like Tom Bilyeu is billionaire in his mansion writing my quote on the whiteboard.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, there's something here.
Yeah.
That's it though. Now it's like so clearly like I think everyone should be owning a word or phrase. It blows my mind that people don't. I posted this the other day, like, when you get to name everything you do, you kind of do that well, I think.
It's the branding of, I think
don't think to do that.
Yeah. My thing in my head has always been like relentless, like just be fucking relentless. Like and obsession is kind of the same fucking thing.
Same thing.
Yeah. I just think you can't fold. A lot of people fold so early, you know.
They do.
They say that with like podcasts. They say like most podcasts don't make it past 6 episodes or whatever. It's just you're not relentless. You're not like reiterating. You're not figuring the fucking thing out.
That's what's funny about you is like you're like to me like a comedy guy. Like I explained, like you're a funny creator, which is like somewhat accurate, right?
I'm a mix of things. I think it's I think
you have the relentless side. And it's interesting because you don't necessarily notice it at first.
I don't display relentless.
Unless you follow you though, and you can see if someone's putting out videos every day or often, they're relentless. It's hard. So like you get the respect once. I think
100%.
You get the respect from me and people who follow you for a while.
Yeah.
I think, I think my friend Danny sent me your stuff first. I brought you up the other day. You know Danny Miranda, podcaster guy?
I think he DM'd me. I have not done any podcasts. People that have podcasts have hit me up, and I'm like,
he's like one of my best friends.
I know, but
if you want to do it.
Yeah. I'm like, I haven't done anything yet. Like, I'm literally at 1%. I don't. What the fuck am I going to talk about, you know?
The only reason to do them is there's 2 reasons. You selfishly want content for yourself, which I wanted. Because I'm in the same boat. I haven't done anything. I don't want to go on them. That, or if you want to get better at speaking, which I also want to do, or if you just, what's the other word? If you want to document where you are.
Yeah.
That's why I'm excited about the YouTube. Like, I'll have this whole year documented. I think it's going to be a crazy year.
It's going to be dope.
It's just, like, I'm going to make the videos work. I'm not yet enough. I'm going to be up to, like, 2 a.m. editing the next one. Because I think, like, that's the biggest trap creators get in is you just post and you don't iterate. So like, that's kind of what I'm doing right now with them, but it's okay. Like, it's okay. I'll get to I have to figure out how to manage my like workload.
Yeah. Now I know that I love creating because like I've recorded probably the last year. I have probably posted 1% of it.
No way.
So
you're gonna be like Casey.
I have a year of footage.
So you're gonna be like Casey. You record everything then.
I have a year of footage that I'm sitting on where I'm sharing thoughts and like, but solo podcasts and shit. Where I don't post any of it, and I'm gonna start blending those in to
like solo. Say it again.
Solo like I used to do a solo podcast like every other day for the last year.
Where is it? Is it up?
No.
You took it down?
No, I wasn't. I didn't post any of them. I was too lazy to edit. So I love creating.
Solo podcast. You were talking to yourself.
No, well, it was like a comedy podcast of like what was going on in the world.
Why didn't you post it?
Some of them, I probably posted some of them at times, and then I would delete it. I would get bored and all this stuff.
Like it?
Well, basically. There were clips of all of them that got up. They would go up on TikTok, and some of those clips would do well. But I would never post the entirety of it. Like because I'd be like, oh, this segment's good. I'll post this 2-minute segment to TikTok. But I wouldn't post the entire 30 minutes.
And so you're thinking of doing that kind of again, you're saying? Or
I mean, I've never stopped doing that essentially.
No,
but
how are you
I'm going to blend it into the content.
So like, but via YouTube?
Yeah.
Like you talking over like footage of a story that happened last year? Is that what you're talking about?
Sometimes. I'll sometimes bring it in if something makes sense. No, it is sick to have a fucking catalog and be able to put all of it in there. Fucking.
So I kind of wish I documented more, but I think I'm still early enough that it's interesting. because you, like I said, you have to show the journey is the best part. I think that people don't want to follow people. People don't want to watch people at the top. They want to see the journey.
Yeah.
I genuinely believe that.